Welcome back, YouTube. We are here for another episode at the Bettors Edge. We are getting it started, guys, with the NFL Super Wildcard weekend with a rematch in the regular season between the Los Angeles Rams and the Carolina Panthers. Right now, guys, this line is sitting at Rams minus 10.5 points as heavy road favorites. The biggest spread by far in all of the action NFL Super Wildcard weekend. We saw this game, guys, just over a month ago. November 30th in Carolina, these two teams played. The Carolina Panthers, in a massive upset, ended up winning this game 31-28. Let's break down what happened in that game. We saw the Los Angeles Rams put up nearly 400 yards of offense, 7.5 yards per play, dominate the time of possession, and still find a way to lose this game. How did that happen? It happened because the Los Angeles Rams lost the turnover battle 3-0. Stafford threw a pick six, he threw a second interception, and late in the game, he lost the fumble. The Carolina Panthers, guys, offensively had a pretty good showing. They put up 350 yards. They had 150 some odd yards on the ground. And really offensively, what they did extremely well was go 7 for 15 on third down. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to put 2 and 2 together. But if the Rams don't clean up the turnovers on offense, and if they don't clean up the third down percentage on defense, it's going to be damn near impossible to cover a line this big. So when we're looking at this game and we're looking at how these two teams match up, I think offensively, for certain, we can expect the Rams to have a ton of success. As I mentioned previously, they put up 400 yards in that first game. They're going to put up another 400 yards or so in this game. I think we can expect those turnovers, especially the turnover differential, to at least be far less of an advantage for Carolina this game. They're not going to win the turnover battle by 3 again tomorrow afternoon. They might win it by 1. They might even win it by 2. It might be neutral. They might even lose it. They're not going to win this turnover battle by 3. However, when I'm breaking this game down and I'm taking a look at, realistically speaking, how are either team going to cover this number, it's going to come down to what the Carolina Panthers are able to do offensively on third down. If the Los Angeles Rams defensively can't get off the field, no matter how well they're performing on offense, it's just going to be too big of a number for them to cover. What the Rams did relatively well in the first matchup, outside of third down, failing on third downs, was they really didn't allow Bryce Young, which most teams don't anyways, but they really didn't allow Bryce Young to explode in the pass game. I think they're going to be able to control the pass game. They're going to have to do a little bit better job on the ground stopping the run game. But ultimately, as I mentioned already, this game is going to come down to what do the Carolina Panthers do on third down. If the Rams have a plan of attack and they're able to get off the field on third down, this game is going to be an absolute blowout. Because as I mentioned previously, the Rams put up 400 yards of offense, they scored 28 points, and they turned the ball over 3 times. I think it's for certain that the Rams are scoring 30-plus tomorrow. You can pencil in the Los Angeles Rams for 30-plus. Let's just say they score 31. In order for the Rams to cover this number, they're going to have to hold the Carolina Panthers to 20 or below, somewhere in that neighborhood. Obviously, the more that the Rams score, they're going to be able to give up a little bit more points to cover the spread. Just because of how big of an advantage I see on the Los Angeles Rams offensive side of the ball against this Carolina Panthers defense, I think we're going to see some adjustments from that defensive side of the ball with the Rams. They're coming into this game right now as the second favorites in the NFC, the second favorites in the entire NFL to win the Super Bowl. They had a little bit of a letdown spot against Seattle a couple of weeks ago, in which we were on the Seahawks, which probably could have gotten them the 1 seed had they won that game. I know they had another loss the following week after that, but had they won that game against Seattle, they would have had an opportunity to hang on to that 1 seed, and they lost it. And now they're going on the road for the majority of this postseason run. With all of that said, guys, with the Carolina Panthers losing last week, squeaking into the playoffs because of the Atlanta Falcons beating the New Orleans Saints, truth be told, this isn't a playoff caliber team that we're looking at here in the Carolina Panthers. They're just not very good. They didn't play well last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Granted, it was in awful conditions, a rainstorm there. I think, as I mentioned previously, we're going to see this Rams team make some adjustments defensively. They're going to slow down that run game. They're going to get off the field on defense. They're going to put up 30-plus points on offense. And I think this game is going to end up being a blowout. The number's a little bit too big for my liking for it to be a 5-star play. But give me the Los Angeles Rams as a 1-star play tomorrow to kick off NFL Wildcard, Super NFL Wildcard weekend as our first play. Rams minus 10.5. Put the ticket in. Cash it tomorrow night.